thanks. Like, hey, Scoob, did you hear Nikki Blake is hosting a Scooby-Doo panel? No. Yeah. Like on today's Scooby-Doo episode, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy meet Nikki Blake. Yeah, and a Scooby Panel. Like, we need to get this puppy started. Okay, Nikki Blake, take it away, Scooby-Doo.
Welcome to the Scooby Panel. I'm your host, Nikki Blake from ScoobyAddicts.com, and today is our 4-year anniversary. Cannot believe that we are at the end of the 4th year. We're starting season 5. How did this happen? I don't even know. Before we begin, I'll have everyone introduce themselves, and Wendy, will start with you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Wendy BRYDGE. I'm a commissioned artist. I've been collecting Scooby for over 30 years. We cannot have an anniversary special without a quick cameo from Scrappy. We can't do it. It has to be done. There, I'll put him away now. But yeah, 4 years. Who knew? That's crazy. I've been here since episode 1 and super excited to look back on this season and to see what's coming in season 5.
Yeah, we have some fun stuff in season 5. We'll get to that later. Joel.
Hey there, I'm Joel from the YouTube channel Planet Scooby, and now all I can think about is season 5.
So we had a lot of fun in season 4. We did a few interviews, not a lot. They included Joe Sicta, Swinton Scott, Mark Norman, and Matthew from Hitheryon Games. And we had the honor of paying tribute to Jerry Eisenberg with Scott Geralds and Tristan Cole. Amazing. That was just amazing. We talked about some fun topics like the what if scenarios, shows modeled after Scooby-Doo, the gang's birthdays, how to throw the ultimate Scooby-Doo party, real crimes part 2, Scooby-Doo jokes, Christmas Scooby merchandise, the psychology of Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo versus Disney, and recasting Mystery Inc. through the decades. And we discussed some episodes and movies, like A Night of Fright is No Delight, Jeepers, It's the Creeper, Boo Brothers, The Scooby-Doo Project, The Nutcracker Scoob, and Destroy, Build, Destroy, which featured the live cast. We talked about characters like Professor Pericles and Scooby-Dum and Scooby-Dee. We did one food panel for the series Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue, ranked the Scooby-Doo tropes, and had our first Scoob-Cademy Awards. We also had 2 special edition episodes where we talked about the Scooby-Doo SNL skit and Go-Go Mystery Machine. We have covered a lot in season 4, and I am curious to know what your favorite moments were. Wendy, what's one of yours?
Oh, this was so hard to choose. We definitely did some fun things. It was also hard not to make all 4 of mine from one panel in particular. So I am wasn't sure where to start, at the top or at the bottom, but I'm pretty sure we are going to have a couple of duplicates here, but let's start with maybe my number 4, because we're going to maybe do 4 each. One of my favorites was from the joke panel, and just spoiler, the joke panel was my favorite panel of season 4. I think that if anyone is new here and you've not watched very many panels, you need to go watch that one, because that was so much fun. It's not funny. I have rewatched that panel like 3 times in the last 2 weeks. I don't even know why, but I just did. And I laugh every time. But right near the start of that panel, Devin hoodwinked us all with like the best delivery of a joke ever, talking about losing this amazing pen. And Nikki and I were so invested. I was like, what is this pen? I need this pen in my life. And then the pen was actually the joke. And there was no pen at all.
I just have to tell you guys this at least. You can cut this if you feel like this is unnecessary, but I have to say this. When I was writing all these jokes down earlier, I was using the best pen that I've ever used in my entire life. It was so smooth. It was like calligraphy. It was like these nice thick lines. I was like, why is this pen so good? And then I dropped it behind my desk. It's gone. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the brand is. I don't know what type of pen it is. I have literally zero idea. It's gone. I don't know. I'll never know. I guess it'll always just be a mystery ink. And that's my first joke.
Wow.
Okay. The fact that I was so excited for this pen.
Right?
I knew it. I knew I'd get you.
That was good. That was a good one.
Yeah. It's all in the tie.
Looking back on it, it's a lot funnier than it was in the moment because I was a little perturbed in the moment because I was so invested in it. But that is one of my favorite moments because someone give Devin a Scoob Academy Award for his delivery on that because I was completely fooled.
I was too. I was so sure that he had lost this pen, and I was just like, oh my God, like I know how much it sucks to finally find a pen that works so well and then you lose it. Yeah, he really had us on that one.
Yeah.
It was a fun panel too. Joel, what's one of your favorite moments?
Yeah, on the topic of Scoob Academy Awards, starting off with my favorite, number one, and that would be the Scooby-Doo project when Wendy
Oh, gee.
had us all frightened because she was abducted by the Blair Witch.
Oh no. Okay, we'll wait.
I thought she was going to put out a flashlight and do a scene from it. Right.
Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny. Oh my God!
I just want to say, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Nikki and Joel and Mark, but I just don't like this parody. And I really didn't want to do this panel, but I didn't know how to get out of it. Oh, I hate it so much, and I feel really bad that I'm always that person on the panel who's like, I don't like this, but I'm so scared. Oh, I love you, Dad, and Crystal, and Scott, and what was that?
Yay, Wendy!
Happy hour!
No, not Scrappy.
Sorry.
That was a really great moment. I actually have that on my list as number 2.
Wow.
Yeah, such
Wow.
a great
Well, thank
moment.
you.
Like you totally had us. I mean, we thought something was going on because I mean, you live in a place where the power going off wouldn't be abnormal.
Oh, you guys have seen it
And-
before. It's
Right.
happened.
And then all of a sudden you're in character and you're just reenacting it, and it was
Oh my gosh.
incredible.
Wow. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Spoiler, I have never watched that back. I've watched the rest of the panel, but I've never watched that part of it because I'm just like, I don't know. I'm glad maybe now I will watch it. If you both say it was good, maybe I'll go and watch it tonight.
It was great. I mean,
It was
it made
great.
our favorite list. So
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm also going to go with my number 1. And it is from the Scoob Academy Awards episode. And it taught me that I need to proofread better. Joel was reading the nominees for Best Do Family Member. And when he got to Mumsy Do, the sheet said Money Do. And at first I was like, what? And then I just lost it. I laughed so hard. I haven't laughed hard like that in so long. It was like minutes that I feel like that I was laughing. I couldn't get myself under control. It was just so funny. And then Wendy drew Money Do. So it became a blooper.
The nominees are Whoopsie Doo, Money Do, Scooby D.
Wait.
You wrote money.
Oh my
Didn't you?
goodness.
I didn't even realize it said that. That should say Momsy Do.
Mumsy? Maybe I got it wrong.
No, I didn't.
Oh dear.
I'm like, I never heard of Money Do, but there could have been one. You wrote Money Do.
Oh my God, my eyes are watering.
Oh gosh. It was Joel's delivery where it was like, what the is this? But I'm gonna do it anyway.
It should be Momsy Do. Hold on, I have to wipe my eyes. I've been like reading over these like for the past couple of days, and I did not even notice that I put Money Do. What the hell is Money Do?
I thought it was like something from a Scrappy Doo episode. I hadn't watched yet.
Oh, God.
Like Scooby's rich uncle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna have to
Let's start from the very beginning.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I hope I didn't screw up any others, because apparently like my typing skills are not the best.
It was probably autocorrect. It just probably took Mumsy and did money.
It might. I'm sorry.
Well, you got a blooper for the Patreon now.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably going to say Money Do again. I'll blank out.
I'll try to get my act together now so that you can proceed. It's moments like that, like where we just have such a good time, even though, you know, we're kind of like breaking character or whatever, you know, but yeah, just I love moments like that.
Yeah. Money Do was my number 2. So yeah, that definitely goes to Joel, because he was so like, you wouldn't have even known that there was like a mistake there. He just committed to it and he just said it like nothing, like there was nothing weird. He just delivered it like a pro. And yeah, and then Nikki lost her shit and it was great.
I lost it. I couldn't not laugh. And then I'm like, wait, who the hell is Money Do? And then I looked at my sheet and I'm like, oh my gosh, it really says Money Do. So yes, I definitely need to do better at proofing.
No, don't. If you did, then we wouldn't have great moments like this.
That's true. Wendy, what's another one of your favorite moments?
Okay, well, I am going to jump to my number 1. Now, okay. It was a joke that I told. Now, I will leave it to Nikki which clip she plays, but I would very much like to request that she play the first version of it, where I signed on for a panel. I think it might have been which one, because it was right before. I think it was the Real Crimes was the panel, because it was right before the joke one. And I signed on and I had just read the greatest joke in the history of jokes. I'm pretty sure I told it before the panel, didn't I? I didn't even wait until the end because, yeah, it just messed everything up. But it was fantastic. And I told it, and Nikki just, I mean, she laughed so hard that it brought joy to my heart. I will never forget that moment. I did retell the joke for Devin during the joke panel, but since we have seen that, if the footage exists, I kind of would love it. I mean, it was technically part of a panel. I mean, it was part of the season. It never made the cut in the episode. Okay, here's the, I can't, wow. I'm sorry. A cat falls into the water and the rooster laughs. What's the moral of the story? Nothing. Just remember, a wet always makes a happy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just... Oh, dear.
Oh, God.
Okay, everything's fine.
No, I'm never going to think of roosters the same again.
That is my number one favorite moment from the last year, because I don't know, just seeing you light up like that. And I mean, it's a damn good joke. Whoever wrote it, I mean, shame on you, but also fantastic. 100 out of 10.
It was a very good joke, and I was laughing so hard I was crying. And then when we were doing I think during the intro of the panel, I started thinking about it and just busted out laughing. Welcome to the Scooby Panel. I'm your host, Nikki Blake from ScoobyAddicts.com, and today we are talking about more real crimes and other Scooby-related news articles. Before we begin, I will have everyone introduce themselves, and Wendy will start with you.
Hi, guys. I'm Wendy BRYDGE. I'm a commission artist, and I've been collecting Scooby for over 30 years. Oh my God, Nikki!
Oh my God.
Are you thinking about the rooster? What's the matter?
The rooster joke just came into my head.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh, dear.
My eyes are watering. Oh my God. Mm.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I tried so hard not to laugh. Oh God, and I failed. And now I'm crying. Oh God.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if I can do that. Wendy, what the
I'm sorry.
Oh,
dear.
all right.
I mean, it was so good, though. I just...
Oh, man.
Oh.
Okay. So yes, it was a great joke. Joel, what's another one of your favorite moments?
Yeah, I do just want to comment on the jokes and the good times we've had. It's hard to pick moments too, because we have so many good times, and I'm grateful for it because I think I'm constantly in a state where I'm just teetering on the brink of despair in this world. So it's nice to have like some time to just joke around, talk about Scooby. And yeah, it's really hard to pick a moment for me, so I'm just going vibes now. So a great episode that I enjoyed someone meeting with Scott Gerald's with the shows modeled after Scooby. That was the panel. It was great to meet Scott. Just a wealth of Hanna-Barbera information, Scooby-Doo information. As I've learned later, Kiss information. And yeah, it was nice to meet him.
Hi, Joel.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan.
You're the one who's accomplished a lot, not me.
Oh, well, Scooby-Doo movies, I really think, because there was another show at the time called the Saturday Superstar Movie, same year as Scooby-Doo movies. And all those were our movies, but they were all potential pilots for a series. I really think, because having worked at Hanna-Barbera for as long as I did, and being in charge of presentation and going down to the vault and looking at all the old presentations, there were definitely shows based on those celebrities that were on Scooby, that were on point to be made. So they would use, I think they used new Scooby-Doo movies as a pilot launching pad too. Because I know I saw Sonny and Cher and Chastity show, for that. I saw Jonathan Winters one. I saw a Phyllis Diller one. Maybe a Don Knotts and Tim Conway show, I think, at one point, that they were going to team them up into a show. I think the reason I think that this is a thing, not just because of that, but even in the Jonathan Winters episode, Jonathan Winters, says something like, "Oh yeah, I think Jonathan Winters would make a great cartoon show." So he's like actually pleading for it, whereas like for the pitch of that. But again, I think that's just, that's just the way things work. It's like, they're just making more of it. They're just, that's what it comes down to.
Second day after, the Monday, we filmed it on a Saturday. Monday, I had to go to the dentist office and get a tooth pulled. And, between like hearing the bone snap in your mouth and the needles are driving into the roof of your mouth, I was just thinking about all the fun stories Scott told, and it kind of got me through that situation. Not that I fear the dentist, but it's just no fun getting a tooth pulled regardless. So it was great, sitting in that dentist chair for an hour. I didn't mind so much because of that panel. So thank you, Scott. And thank you, ladies, and Devin and Trevor and everyone else we've had on the panel this year.
Yeah, it's great that you can think of those moments and it gets you through something that's not so fun. So
Yeah.
It's good to have that. And I've done that quite a few times where I've just sat and thought about stuff that we've talked about on the panels, or even Scooby Panel After Dark, and it just kind of gets me through the day. So
yeah, it is really nice to because there's enough bad in the world and there's enough reality to go around. So, I mean, this is reality too, but it's a different kind of reality. This is like a Scooby reality where it's just for fun and you can just enjoy yourself and you don't have to worry about it. And to think that it was difficult to narrow it down to just 3 or 4 choices, that says something about the last year. And I think that's a very good thing. I don't know, not to go off on something, but Nikki, did you think 4 years ago when you first were like, oh, I really been wanting to do this, do you want to be on the first episode? Did you actually think that 4 years later and over 100 panels that we'd be sitting here?
I didn't think I would make it for 4 years. Being on camera is so hard for me, and talking is hard for me at times. So I really didn't think I would make it that long. I thought maybe a few episodes and then people would just be like, I don't want to talk about Scooby anymore. And, here we are going on season 5, and it's crazy to think that we've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My third top favorite moment, because my second was Wendy during the Scooby-Doo project. My third, we had the honor of talking to Scott Geralds and Tristan Cole about Jerry Eisenberg after he passed. And during that panel, Tristan had mentioned that Jerry would put a picture of himself in everyone's office, or he would take a picture of himself to someone's home and he would leave it somewhere and see how long it took them to find it. And I just thought that was so funny. In talking to Jerry, he had such a great sense of humor, and I could totally see him doing something like that. I read a lot of really great tribute posts to him. And one that kind of stood out to me was Joe Sikta said that he liked to sneak framed photos of himself into people's houses or their offices. Do you know of this? And
I had a picture of him in my cubicle.
I was a victim of it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is I we were doing a Scooby and Simple Plan had done the theme song for it. And they came in to do an episode and I directed that one. And I brought my daughter in to meet Simple Plan, okay, my oldest daughter. And so she was there for the day. And after we got done, we were going to go out to lunch, but I had to go take care of some stuff. She was in my office. So Jerry comes in with this picture of himself and puts it on my shelf. And he tells my daughter, he's like, don't say anything. And he leaves. I walk in and I'm like, where'd this picture of Jerry come from? And my daughter rolls her eyes. She's like, Jerry Eisenberg. And he got a bigger kick out of that, out of her reaction. Because I went and told him later, he got a bigger kick out of that than he did doing the whole prank of putting the picture in my cubicle or in my office. So yeah, it was fun. But yeah, he did do that. Yeah, and did yours just show up one day too, or was it?
Yeah, it was just on my little bulletin board, and there's that little black and white.
The one where it's like this, yeah, where it's like he's got the hat.
Yes, that one. Yes.
Yeah. That was his standard, and he had a post-it note on mine. I can't remember what it said. I've still got the picture. I just don't have it out, but I've still got it.
Yeah, and then if you take it down, he's like, "Why'd you take it down?"
Yeah. Ooh, where's my picture?
Yeah. And he drew, I think, he would draw a drawing for your sketchbook, He drew a really nice picture of some of his character designs that he's done in the past. And he included a picture of himself in there, of course.
Yeah, so
it's always like that, too.
Yeah, that was he was very special. And now I kind of wish that I knew more people or had a job where I got to go places, because now I kind of want to just randomly do that. If either of you randomly get a photograph of me in the mail, you'll know why. Maybe that's how we'll have to do it. No context, no note, just here's a picture.
Wendy, what's your next favorite moment?
So this one also is going to riff off of what you just said, but kind of like how Joel postured his last one. It's not necessarily a particular moment from it, but the vibe of it. But it definitely was the tribute to Jerry with Tristan and Scott. And I mean, we didn't know Jerry super well. We met him the one time on the panel. And then both Nikki and I had corresponded a little bit with him after that. But for some reason, when Nikki messaged me, is this, someone had posted about it, and she's like, does this mean what I think it means? And to realize that he was gone was so much harder than I thought it would be for someone that I hadn't known for very long or very well. And I think that is a testament to the person that Jerry was, that he could make us feel like we had known him for a really long time, to the point that, his passing away impacted us in a really major, major, major way. It was very heartbreaking. And to be able to sit down for a while with two people that did know him that way. Tristan and Scott, they worked with him. They were genuinely friends with him. They hung out. They did things, years and years of their lives, at the peak of their careers in some instances. And it just, I don't know, it was such because I know Scott very well. We know Tristan a little bit better than we knew Jerry. But again, these are people that, they've only just come into our lives within the last few years, and in a very limited way. And yet on that panel talking about that person, it kind of felt like a little bit of a family. And I really felt that everything from everyone was so genuine, just these feelings for Jerry, and to be able to share it with other people was really special. I think maybe at the end when I asked Tristan and Scott and I was like, if you could talk to Jerry just one more time, like what is it that you would say to him? And they both said, I would tell Jerry, thank you. I would love to know if you could sit down with Jerry for just 5 more minutes. If you had just 5 more minutes with Jerry, what would you say to him? Or what would you want him to
just
know?
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, he was a big influence on me too. Either that or I just like push my plate over to him and say,
Here, you can have some.
go
You
for
can
it.
have-
I'm done.
You know what? All those times that I didn't let you eat my.
There you go.
You can have it.
Yo.
No.
I think that's what I would too, because these people, sometimes we don't get to meet them. We're very fortunate on the panel to get to even meet these people, you know, in person. But they have such a huge impact on a lot of people's lives. You may never know their name or who they are or where they're from or anything about their lives, but you cannot deny the impact that they have had when you're little, when you get older. I mean, most Scooby fans are fans for life. Anyone who has watched an episode of Scooby that any of them have worked on, that person impacted you. They inspired you. They made your life better just by working on Scooby or any of the other animation or properties that you love. And so that panel was probably one of the most special to me that we've done, just to remember Jerry, because he deserves to be remembered. And yeah, we can't let these people fall by the wayside. And like in 4 years, like Nikki, I want to say thank you to you, because you have helped allow us to tell these people, hey, you matter and you're important and we love you. And that 4 years of being able to do that is like amazing. And I'm so, so happy. Michael Swanigan, we talked to him a few years ago and he passed away last year, which was also like, my goodness, what? You know, we just talked to him and he was such a lovely person too. But it's important to tell people that they matter to you. And thank you for finding a way of letting us be able to do that with them. And we'll always have Jerry's panel and we'll always have the tribute panel. And, you know, like that Twilight Zone episode said, as long as people talk about you, you never truly die.
Yeah. At the end of Jerry's panel, the tribute one, I put, because when we had talked to him, one of the last things that he said to us in the 5-hour recording that we did with him off camera, partially, but right before he left, one of the last things he said to us was, "That's all, folks."
That's all, folks.
And I put that at the end of the panel, and in editing, it made me cry. And I was just sitting there like, okay, yeah. But I kept it as the last thing in the panel because to me, it was just very powerful to have it there. Joel, what's your next favorite moment?
Next favorite moment, again, just kind of a all over kind of moment, is just having the first Scoob Academy Awards, being able to participate in that, and the community involvement too, with having people vote, is what really made it great. Just getting a broad spectrum of everyone's thoughts on all these different Scooby-Doo moments in time, in episodes and everything else. Next category is scariest Scooby-Doo villain. I do like my villains. And the nominees are Freak of Crystal Cove from Mystery Inc., Professor Pericles from Mystery Inc., Cat Creatures from Zombie Island, The Zombies from Zombie Island, Gramps the Vamp from Vampire Bats and Scaredy Cats, The Headless Horseman from The Headless Horseman episode, The Puppet Master from Backstage Rage. Then we have the Green Ghost from A Night of Fright is No Delight. And finally, the Space Kook from the Spooky Space Kook. And the winner of this shocked me, but I can see it why. It's the Cat Creatures from Zombie Island, with the runner-up being the Zombies from Zombie Island. So congratulations, Zombie Island. And we're looking forward to doing it again and I don't know, improving upon it, but innovating on it, I guess. You know, they're all going to be great, so you can't really improve upon it, but it's a tradition I hope that I look forward to and keeps going. So
Yeah.
you will be here in 40 years' time doing the 40th award ceremony. I will look like one of those masks, or I might have to wear one of those masks.
That was a really fun episode. And it was great to have people vote, to let people be a part of that. And, you know, they're the ones that are telling us who is the winner. You know, we didn't choose the winners. Yeah. The way that we're going to make that better is that I'm going to mail the cards so that you guys don't know who the winner is. When you open it, you'll either be in shock or you'll be happy. So that's how we're going to make that better, because I do really think, like, when I looked at the results, I felt like some of them were just, I couldn't believe that that was the result. And, you know, we felt like that on the panel, but you guys knew everything before we recorded the panel. So I think it would be fun to get your reactions on camera. So yeah, because I think that would be great.
That would be great. And I know that is what you wanted to do initially. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that and to see what categories we can come up with for the next one.
Yeah, I do have a list started of categories, so maybe we should start working on that, because we could put out the questionnaire and give people months to answer, and then we can record it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's an idea. It's a good idea. My final favorite moment is Devin. There were two different things that he did in season 4. One, on the Scooby-Dum and Scooby-Doo panel, he made a hat that looked like Scooby-Dum's hat, but with human ears.
Yeah.
I mean, how great is that? And Devin.
Hi, I'm hold on one second, actually. I'm Devin Dumb, or sorry, Dummy Smith, and I'm an artist.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. I love it.
This is my take on what Scooby Dum would look like if he was a person.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
It is perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then in the jokes panel, he literally dressed like he was a game show host, which was just awesome. I like the suit.
It's what funny people wear, you know.
Probably feel like you're like on a spot in a spotlight,
like a comedian.
There you go.
Does any of this match? What are your thoughts?
No, none of it matches.
Okay, perfect. Thank God.
What is on the tie, or what does the tie say, or
January 1st, 2000. Yeah, just the millennium, you know. What? It was the stupidest tie I had, so it's perfect. I feel like I should have a microphone or something.
Don't you have like a makeshift microphone? I mean, anything will do. A hairbrush will do.
I imagine in all of the crap that you have, you must have something that resembles a microphone.
I don't have a microphone, but this kind of works.
There you go. That's perfect. Perfect.
I mean, he definitely comes prepared and, you know, plays the part, and he's just so much fun to have on the panels.
And he even had a little horn. You can squeak it when no one laughs at the joke.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, the horn. And he will do voices sometimes. So, yeah.
Insert pterodactyl scream here. Or Aunt Jebediah, one or the other.
Aunt Jebediah. Oh, Aunt Jebediah. Ooh, Aunt Jebediah. Aunt Jebediah.
Like Scoob, like there's Aunt Jebediah.
Aunt Jebediah. Aunt Jebediah.
Wendy, do you have any other favorite moments?
Well, since you brought up Devin, let's just pile on to Devin, because there was one other standout moment for me from the joke panel with Devin, and I don't even know why it was so funny, but we were laughing at someone's joke, and then someone said something, and just like Joel's delivery with the money due, Devin's delivery for this, like he just said it, and he was like, "Rah." And we're in the middle of laughing, and then all of a sudden it registers in my head, and I'm like, "Did you just say rat?" He's like, "Rat." And then we started laughing again, and I don't know, it was just so like, it probably wasn't that funny, but it was hilarious in the moment, and I have rewatched that more times than I care to tell you.
He kept chasing after the mail truck.
Okay. Okay. Rare.
Did you just say rat?
Yeah. Rare. Yeah, I did. Rare red.
It's so funny. It's fantastic. Devin needs his own Scoob Academy award for like, I don't know. We'll come up with something and like, just here, take this award because you're hilarious and we love you.
Yes, he probably does need his own award because he does, like, he always does something, you know, fun for the panels. And yeah.
Like that time he made like a gigantic sandwich too.
Yes. And he actually made the anchovy, was it the Shaggy snack that he made?
I think,
with the
I think so.
Anchovies and ice cream, or no, it was the pizza. Maybe it was the pizza, but whatever, like he actually made it. And then what's funny is during the food panels, right? Because we talk after, the food just kind of sits here.
Yes.
So every once in a while, he would show us what his food looked like as it sat over time.
Yeah. Ugh. Yep.
Joel, any other favorite moments?
Devin is fantastic, and I don't get enough of him, so I have to stalk him on social media and Letterboxd. And I recommend everyone stalk him on Letterboxd. He writes good reviews for movies. I don't have his handle though, so you'll have to mention it next time he's on, because I don't think he ever tells everyone his Letterboxd handle. But I digress. Last number 4 for me was the episode, which you've already mentioned, Nikki, the Night of Fright of Snow Delight and Jeepers Creeper episode.
Is there anything in A Night of Fright is No Delight that you really enjoyed? Like for me, seeing Scooby walking in the bathrobe and the slippers, like, just so cute. But it was a little weird that he brushed his teeth with the soap.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
It was better than like with nothing though.
I don't know.
Like,
I mean, he could have just used the brush. Although he was using the brush on himself.
He was.
And then brushed his teeth. So yeah. I don't know. Joel, anything that you specifically liked in that episode?
Oh, I have a long list. But going to just talking about the soap, I think that's like a reference to some vaudeville thing, like from the 20s, like Depression era comedy. Like I imagine that it kind of reminded me like of those old 1920s cartoons. And I think they're just kind of, because those people writing that script were probably, when they were kids, they were watching something like that. So I liked it. Just Scooby in the bathtub alone, like if that could be my forever profile picture, I'd love that. With the green ghost like peeking in on Scooby, like that scene, that frame, that's just my favorite frame, single frame. If I could buy that cell, even though it's probably been landfilled, I'd just be a happy monkey. Dog-shaped coffin, love that. It's not even like shaped like a dog, but still love it. The vinyl album with the will, I'd love to have that on vinyl. I love vinyl, clearly. The Scooby Dummy, the watermelon with the carrots.
Yes, that was great.
It was great. But where'd they get that? Because there's no food in that place, and the fish food.
They can like just magically find things. So
Yeah.
they're really good at that, however they do it. But that dummy was really cool, and I feel like they should have made a plush.
Plush or a Funko Pop or something.
Yeah.
Hmm. Good idea.
We need something. The fish food on the sandwich, Shaggy sandwich. I thought that was funny.
It was funny, but why would he put fish food on his sandwich?
Well, same reason you put chocolate syrup on corn on the cob, I guess.
Well, at least the two of them are edible.
Yeah.
Separately, not together.
It's just funny, and fish food's disgusting.
Joel, do I want to know why you know that?
I was just going to ask that same thing. Do you know from experience, Joel?
I just know from the smell of it, and
It does smell pretty gross.
when I have my little Venus flytraps when they're babies, I fed it fish food to help them grow because it was made out of like mealworms.
Mm. Okay.
The chase scene I felt in this one had like a purpose, where the ones with the music, they don't really seem to have a purpose other than filling time and just kind of deflating the spooky atmosphere. Where this one, it was like I paid attention during these chase scenes. The names of the people, the relatives, like Cousin Slicker, Sweet Malahide, Sweet Aunt Malahide or something. Cousin Simple, and was it Nephew Norville or Normal?
I think it was supposed to be Norville,
I think so, yeah.
but it did sound like he said normal in the beginning.
Yeah. And despite me not being able to make it out, I love the Colonel's accent, or his, whatever you call it, dialect. I don't know what you call it. You know. The grandfather clock has me like it was a secret entrance. It's always had me terrified. Even when I watch Webster, I don't know. When you probably don't get 80s Webster references, but they had a grandfather clock that was led to the basement.
Yeah.
I think the organ, love that scene. Feed the organ, and I think Goonies ripped it off later because Goonies had a similar scene with an organ made out of bones though, but they had to press the right keys. It was on the map. Another 80s reference, Wendy. You might not get it. The mirror with the long message, like that ghost took his time to write that message in the dust, and with great penmanship or thumbmanship. We've talked about Scooby taking a bath. We talked about the Colonel's voice, and just the location, harkening back to what Wendy said with the island, the cliff, the perfect background. Also love that they're on a speedboat and Velma's able to read a newspaper. It's not blowing everywhere. And then Fred's like distracted, or they're on a cliff with rocks everywhere, and he's like reading it too and steering. I love that too.
Well, it does have my ultimate favorite Scooby-Doo scene from anything. And that is when the green ghost comes out of the grandfather clock and goes up the stairs.
Yeah.
And that music is scary AF. It's laughing. It's creepy. It looks fantastic.
I just love classic Scooby. Not that I'm trying to force you for season 5 to talk more about classic Scooby, but anytime I get to talk about some of my favorite episodes. And I kind of benefited from the Night of Fright episode because I'm getting something in the mail that is related to that panel, that probably sprung up from that panel. So very grateful for that. And that's all I'll say, but you'll probably see whatever's coming in the mail on my shelf at one point.
That's great. It's good because you can't go wrong when you get something because we did an episode.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just something, just like a dream come true.
Nice. See, now I need to know what it is, but I guess you'll have to tell me after we record.
You're just gonna have to wait, like I have to wait for the mail.
Wow. So that is all of our favorite moments, and Wendy had the idea that we were going to rank them. So what would you put as first? I mean, if we're going by things that we had in common, then technically, Wendy, your reenactment during the Scooby-Doo project was chosen twice.
The Money Due one was too, though.
True.
So
True.
I can't vote for myself.
We can
I'll
just
leave it up
have
to
a
you guys.
tie. It can be a tie between Money Due and Wendy's reenactment of the Scooby-Doo project.
That works.
Okay. So those are number one. Number
Okay.
two?
We both picked something from Jerry's tribute panel. And I think because you had like a specific example of something that was brought up, that yours should be number 3.
Okay.
Okay. I guess the one that I like, the more general one for mine as number 4, since we both did it. Was there any other ones that we
or
like?
they can just be the same number.
Okay. Do we have
So-
enough to still do 10 though?
I don't know. So we have Money Due and Wendy's reenactment as number 1. And then we have the Jerry tribute panels stuff as number 2. So what would we do as 3?
How about Joel's pick of the panel that had Scott, and we were talking about the Scooby clones.
Shows modeled after Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so 4. Joel, what do you think? I almost feel like maybe Devin should be 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because we all had moments for Devin.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Actually, maybe we need to bump Devin to number 1.
oh, that is true. Because we
think
did
maybe.
each have him
Yeah.
on the list. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Devin, don't let this go to your head. All right, what are we doing for number 5?
I can't remember what either of your other ones were, to be honest. I'm sorry.
All of mine have been in the top 4. So,
Okay. Joel, what else did you have?
Most of mine have already been in the top 4.
Okay, well, technically mine have 2 because my last one. Oh, the joke, my rooster joke.
Oh yeah.
I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the last one. So we'll do a top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that joke.
Yeah.
I do have a clip of that first because I put it on Patreon. So, yeah. Okay, so our top 5 moments from season 4. Number 1, Devin. Number 2, Money Due and Wendy's reenactment of the scene from the Blair Witch Project and the Scooby-Doo Project episode. 3, the Jerry tribute panel, and that includes the picture of himself that he left in everyone's offices. Number 4, shows modeled after Scooby-Doo. And number 5, Wendy's rooster joke. I think that's a great list.
That is a great list.
I think it's perfect.
Absolutely.
We've had some great moments in season 4, and reliving that tonight has been so much fun. And just getting to know what your top moments were, because we seem to have similar top moments from season 4, but yeah, some of it I didn't totally remember, and it's great just to look back and see what we've done. And we have so much stuff coming up. Hopefully we'll do some more interviews and talk to some more people, and I'm hoping we get some new people on, because it would be great to have some fresh faces and get the perspective of other people. And of course we need to get Devin on because he was number 1. So
Yep.
I just want to say thank you to both of you for being on the panels, for your time, for being such an integral part of what I'm doing, because I couldn't do this without you guys. You guys have such great points. You add a lot to the discussions, and you put up with me telling you almost last minute that we're going to record. So thank you both for all of the time that you guys have committed to the panels. I really, really appreciate it.
We love you and we love being on, and thanks for having us all the time. And there's no limit to how much Scooby we can talk.
That is very true. And we definitely have talked for hours. In season 4, we recorded for a total of 48 hours, 56 minutes, and 42 seconds. Of that, the total release time for the panels was 27 hours, 47 minutes, and 2 seconds. We never get tired of talking about Scooby, so there's so much to talk about. I also want to say thank you to everyone that's watched or listened to the panels and everyone that's been on the panels. We do this for fun because we love talking about Scooby, and I post it because I assume that maybe people will be interested in listening to it. And a lot of people have listened, so we really appreciate that. And thank you to my patrons. I am really going to do better in season 5, getting you guys content. I promise. I'm working on more stuff for you, and you will have more to look at, stuff to laugh at, because we do some pretty crazy things when we're not recording. So yeah, but thank you. Like, this has been great. I love doing these. I love doing the panels. I love talking to people about Scooby. And it's nice to know that there are like-minded people that actually want to sit and talk about Scooby for hours. Do you guys have any final thoughts for our end of season 4? Wendy?
Yeah, just to echo what you said, thanks to everyone who watches and comments and likes all of the videos and the posts associated with them. This has been such an amazing 4 years of doing something that you love. And like Nikki said, when other people love it too, that's really great. And so, yeah, just thanks to everybody. And thank you, Nikki, for putting it together and always pulling them off when you have no time. But the panels never read like you are short on time for doing them. They always look like you've had as much time as you needed. And, but I definitely know that you don't have that much time to do it, but you pull it off, and always beautifully. And just, yeah, thanks for pulling it all together, and can't wait for the next one.
Joel, final thoughts?
I'm just happy to be a participant. I'm also happy when I sometimes miss out and I get to check out a panel and be surprised, because I'm big fans of all of you who have appeared on the show. Everyone. Yeah, and thank you, Nikki, for just the hours of work you put in. Like, editing takes a long time, and yeah, I just appreciate all the hard work you put into it and the ideas you come up with, which has me excited for season 5, because one time, we saw some picture of, what was it, Scrappy Doo and lipstick, and you never know what you're gonna get.
That is true. You never know what you're going to get. And I have a decent list, I think, for season 5. So yeah, season 5 is going to be fun. Every season is fun. Every panel we do is fun. But yeah, season 5, it's coming. So we're going to wrap things up. Before we do, let everyone know where they can find you on social media. Wendy?
On Instagram, I'm Wendy BRYDGE. Twitter X, Wendy Loves Jesus, and my blog is wendylovesjesus.wordpress.com.
Joel?
You can find me on YouTube. Just type in Planet Scooby.
And you can find all my links on scooby-addicts.com. Thank you so much for joining us for another Scooby panel, and we will see you in season 5. Thank you for tuning in to another Scooby panel. I'm Nikki Blake from scooby-addicts.com. If you like these panels, please subscribe to my channel for more great discussions. A huge shout out to our patrons, Julie Rosen, Ross from ScoobyFan.net, Haggis, Garrett Spencer, Paul the Scooby Dude, and Jesse. If you would like to support the Scooby Panel, please go to patreon.com/ScoobyAddicts. A very special thank you to artist, blogger, and Scooby collector Wendy BRYDGE and Joel from Planet Scooby. Scooby Panel is available in podcast form on most podcast platforms or as a web series on YouTube. You can find Scooby Panel on Instagram, Facebook, and X as @ScoobyPanel. We are part of the Collector's Maze Network, where you can find all things geek. Scooby and Shaggy were voiced by Scott Innes. Check out Scott's website, onescottshop.com. Scooby Addicts artwork by Will Davenport. Scooby Panel logo by Garrett Spencer. Video editing by Nikki Blake. Music composed and performed by Bovine Nightmares. Please join us next time for another Scooby Panel.